see that stack of money my guy Philly Godfather has? Holy cow. By the way, he's going to be out there on Saturday. Let me show you this, man. This is what he does. Look at, oh my God. At Dan Sileo Show. He's got Ice Cube in there too. Hey.
Hey guys, Philly Godfather here from PhillyGodfather.com. Make sure you guys catch me every Friday, 5:30 p.m. on the Dan Sileo Show, the National Football Show, on JAKIB Media.
Yeah. Dropping my boy Ice Cube too. How you doing? Holy cow. That's there for you. Okay? I can't believe I gotta show Cube that. Got it officially off the injury report. He's a go for the Cowboy game. Yeah. Heart, hustle, guile, toughness. This is what it's about. This is what I'm talking about. This is going to be a battle at the OK Corral known as Jerry's World. Look at Tone, man. This dude's hyped and ready to rock. You got that right. No guts, no glory. Damn straight, dog. You know, the good thing about sports, no politics, no bullshit, no moving the sticks. Scoreboard. Scoreboard. That's why we love sports, man. Ain't no moving the chains. Well, he played good in the loss. No, he didn't. Jalen was really great. Every time I hear somebody say that, you have to be a Republican or Democrat and a political hack. That anybody who thinks that coming in second place is a good thing. Like Ricky Bobby would say, okay? You ain't first, you're last. Iconic movie. Iconic movie. Look at Keon there, man. 10-2. Killed. Isn't that crazy? Awful to do to him. Twiz, 10-2. Killed. RTF, 10-2. Killed. Yeah. Killed. They shot that thing in 3 quarters, man. They took care of you in 3 quarters. They didn't even play the first quarter. They kicked the shit out of you up and down the field in your own backyard. You know what they did? They moved the clothesline, and then they killed you in a game of touch football or tackle football in your backyard. Damn. At least in my backyard, we had the hedges, home runs, and the wiffle ball were on the top of the roof. And the sandbox was a triple. They didn't need any of that shit. They just kicked your ass. There you go, 5-star. It happens. It does. It's the NFL. Teams get killed. He's the first guy that has said that and went, okay, we got killed. Next. That's right. That's right. Does anybody pay? Hey, Yale, does anybody play wiffle ball anymore? I loved wiffle ball. Cunningham and Shaq to start. 2 guys. Get this. This is a really great Rocky story. I'm going to play Rocky here as Zach Cunningham and Shaq Leonard. I'm a bum. I'm really nobody. You know, I'm a ham and egger. I've been cut. You know, now I'm starting. How would you like to start on the defending NFC champions team playing the Cowboys on Sunday? No. What do you mean no? It's a chance of a lifetime, Rock. It's the chance of a lifetime. You can't pass it by. Okay. Dude, that's quite a story. And if your football team doesn't finish the deal this year, blame your GM. He'll be 100% to blame. Quarterback won't. Coordinators won't. This falls on Howie. If you don't win a Super Bowl this year or get to it, I'm blaming Howie Roseman 100%. Because the miscalculations compared to a year ago, some of them are awful. 3 guys you got on your football team were cut at linebacker. That's your linebacking pool? No disrespect to those men. I got great respect for people who get an opportunity to play again. It's really not on the players. You have no depth at the edges. Josh Sweat has already played more snaps this year than he did in the entire 2022, including the playoffs and Super Bowl. How do you justify that? That's a good one. Senor goes, all the blame and all the glory. And get this. Here will be my arguments why Roseman is to blame for this team's lack of success. If there is some, you can't say it now, but bullshit coordinators, bullshit analytics department, retooling of the players at certain critical positions, devaluing certain positions. You had as bad a year this year as you did great year in 22. A in 22, F. No, because Carter doesn't make it an F. D. This is all on him. Now, 10-2. Let's see it play out. This guy's either going to be a hero or a GOAT in my book, because I don't think there's any common ground in the middle. Hey, he was okay. Shit, what are you doing here? Okay. Who plays to be okay? You clearly miscalculated on Slay. Paying him, you should have cut him. Drafted. You know what you should? Here's what I would have done. Tone and everyone, I don't know if you guys agree, but I wouldn't have drafted Nolan Smith with 31. I'd have moved up and got a corner in the first round instead of an edge and moved off of Slay. I would not have passed up Jalen Carter at 9. So, no. As good as the kid Witherspoon has played and the kid that was up in New England who got hurt, those 2 guys were good. Gonzalez, okay? 31, or I would have traded out of 31, went into the second, okay, and got a corner in the second. And maybe picked up some additional draft picks where I could have got an edge in the second as well and trading out. The not re-signing of Edwards is turning out to be a colossal disaster. Shit, man. The non-re-signing of Kaiser White's turning out to be a bad move. Well, I don't have a problem moving off of White. Well, he's better than anything you have in your team now. I mean, you could say all you want. You could, well, I'm all right moving off Kaiser White. Really? Well, who's your replacement? Guys who were cut. Ringo's a frustrating pick. Him and Nolan Smith are frustrating. Those are frustrating picks because they're non-factors. Now, has your special teams improved? I guess that's a okay move. The Georgia experiment stopped at Carter. I don't know. Because Jordan Davis was average last year, and he came into his own. Guys cry too much? No, they're close. That's why. You cry when you're close. You don't cry when you're far away. Like Dallas. You don't cry when you're far away. You moan when you're close and you missed an opportunity. And with a tougher schedule, we have same record as last year. At this point, we'll see. We'll see. You're losing in Dallas. Dude, the worst thing, please, God, don't let them get blown out in Dallas. That's right, Yale. If you get blown out in Dallas, you know what that'll tell me? If you get blown out in Dallas, you're out of gas. Your defense is unreliable. Nothing to do with your offense. Hey, don't get pissed off for a team that averages 27 points a game and is 13th in passing. You shouldn't get mad at that. That's nothing to get mad at. Where you get pissed off is 24th in points allowed and 29th in pass defense. That's where you get pissed off because the team wasn't retooled correctly. Get this. Every single media person in Philadelphia, and many of you in here, just like Keon, thinks that Howie Roseman did a brilliant job in the offseason with the bullshit selections of Rashad Penny, name it. Some of the people that they've brought in. Where's your depth at end? Okay, outside of Josh Sweat, who's your best end? Who's your second best end? Is it me? Why don't they put a premium on defense in Philly? We're a place that was one of the most signature and iconic men, and an award's named after him, and one of the greatest players in the history of the National Football League. You know, you guys have had in the last 75 years, two of the greatest football players that have ever lived that were defensive players, not offensive players. Your greatest football players are defensive guys. Reggie White and Concrete. Bednarik and White are your two greatest players. And why does this organization devalue the defense so much? Yeah, I get that, Yale. All their investment go in the D lines and in the O lines. I get that. But just colossal failures at edge. They found Sweat in the fourth. Great. I think they do a better job actually in later rounds than they do in the top premium rounds when it comes to selecting defensive players. Horrific in linebackers. I can't remember the last time you drafted one that was worth a shit. When's the last? Hey, let me ask this one question again. What's Howie's greatest corner draft? That's a good. I like that exercise. What's Howie's? Who's Howie's greatest corner that he drafted? Who's his greatest corner? Kendrick? He doesn't have one. None of them are even here. Okay? Let's not belabor that then. Who's the greatest edge rusher he's ever drafted? Pass rusher. Sweat. Okay. Heck of a ball player. Who's the best linebacker he's ever drafted? I'm waiting. Kendrick? Hicks? How long ago was Edwards was not drafted? UDFA. So he hasn't drafted a linebacker and corner since he's been the general manager of the Eagles. Would you constitute those as premium positions? It just seems to me there's just a lack of focus on that side of the ball when it comes to building. They would rather build it through 1-year deals. Analytical department, the analytics department, personnel-wise, does more on defense in pro personnel than they do. I wonder if that's philosophy as well, because it's mostly spare parts on defense. I mean, your best player is Hassan Reddick on defense, and he's not homegrown. He's not homegrown. Your corners aren't homegrown. Half your safety positions are not homegrown. Your linebackers are not homegrown. Your edge rushers are, and your tackles are. Fundamentally, that's their mentality. That's why when Tone was putting together the draft, this is who they are, and this is how they move. They move like that. See, in San Francisco, priority is up and down the lines in each level. D-line. Now, you're afforded that with not paying a quarterback. D-line, linebacker, and secondary. They value defense in San Francisco more than they do, and that's why their defense is better than yours, hands down. Okay? That's why they value that more. Howie values his picks more because the analytical department values those picks because that's their hard work. Now you see why they keep guys like Jalen Reagor and Derek Barnett and Andre Dillard on the team longer, because the front office and the analytics guys picked them, not the coaches. Makes sense now. Because they think in their mind of reasoning that over a period of time, they're going to come around. If you're drafted by the Eagles, you have a shot to make the team and stay on it for 5 years and get a pension. It's pretty good, whether you're good or not. It doesn't matter. They basically gave Jalen Reagor an NFL career, and he doesn't deserve one. How long did they keep him on the team? How long did they keep Reagor on the team? 3 years? That guy doesn't deserve to have a pension. Okay, he's been a colossal disaster. But they kept him on the team for 3 years. Was it 3 years? Yeah. I think New England moves off their guys quick. But, again, they have done a pathetic job when it comes to drafting. Pathetic job. How long was he? How long was he on it? 3 years? Was Jalen Reagor? Right? Because I'm talking about the first rounders. And, there's a part of me that says that's pretty cool in a way that they keep their guys. San Francisco doesn't prioritize quarterbacks. You don't think spending 3 first rounders on a quarterback is prioritizing? 2 years. He didn't make it to the roster the third year. That's right. They traded him right to the Vikings. Was that deal? They traded him for a 7th to Minnesota, and I think he's on the active roster in New England right now, if I'm not mistaken. That's 4 years. So 2 years. They cut him before the third year. Okay, 2 years. He's probably on the – they got him off the roster. I don't know. That's probably about right. 2 years, give him a shot. And then the third year you move him because you don't. That's not fair. So probably they did that right. They did that right with Reagor. 2 years and then move him in the third year. He got a 7th rounder for him. Showed you exactly what people thought of him. At least he got out of there. So that's okay. Okay. Let's see here. That's probably right. They drafted Reagor over Ayuk. Hey, dude, I'm sorry. I didn't see Brandon Ayuk turning out to be somebody special like that. I'm sorry, man. That kid is a good ball player. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you probably thought Cooper Kupp was going to be a superstar too. Or A.J. Brown in the second. Or Devontae Adams in the second. 65% of all the all-pro wide receivers were drafted in the second round. Do you know that? Most of the big stars over the last 5 or 6 years have been all-pro they were drafted in the second round. They weren't first-round draft choices. Okay? Yeah, but he got Devontae right. As far as I'm concerned, you keep taking swings and you land on Devontae. I was wrong about Devontae. I got some prop bets I want to hit on. I want to look at week 14. The greatness of the Philly Godfather. My God, did you see that money and that stack of money he had that he's been winning and making and placing bets? You got to see it, man. He's just going like this. It's really dope. Absolutely great. We're going to help you make some money. Power Hour coming up on a Football Friday. We'll reset. Keep it here on the National Football Show.
Football and Hooters, the perfect pair.